Most career paths follow a predictable sequence. You acquire a specific skill, build professional equity, and eventually prioritize a comfortable retirement that minimizes financial exposure. Elon Musk diverged from that sequence early. At 12 years old, he taught himself to code and sold the source for a space-themed game for $500. While other children spent their time consuming digital entertainment, he was already engineering the underlying logic of the software. He left the fractured social structure of South Africa behind, seeking an economic environment with enough industrial capacity to support his ambitions. Landing in North America with that technical proficiency usually guarantees a secure career in software development. He achieved that milestone quickly, helping create the infrastructure for online payments. When PayPal was sold, he walked away with a personal fortune exceeding $100 million. He treated that liquidity as a tool for further action. He staked his entire fortune on ventures with nearly zero statistical probability of success. This graph illustrates the 10x principle. While most businesses seek incremental gains, this model targets a 10 times increase in output and capability. The trajectory on this chart rises vertically because it rejects small, localized improvements in favor of addressing broad, seemingly impossible structural bottlenecks. This mental framework explains why he viewed his initial wealth as raw fuel for a much larger cycle of risk. He moved away from the low-overhead world of digital software to enter the high-stakes sector of physical hardware manufacturing. This meant committing tens of millions of dollars directly into aerospace engineering, attempting to build orbital rockets from the ground up. He simultaneously invested in electric vehicle production, managing a supply chain involving thousands of specialized components and a workforce of thousands. This chart compares the cost of failure. A digital software bug can be patched for the cost of a few hours of labor. A physical failure in a rocket or an assembly line can cost millions and set a timeline back by months. When you tackle two complex hardware challenges at once, those costs compound, creating a financial burden that most organizations cannot sustain. The 10x principle creates an unavoidable period of friction, where the sheer scale of the physical engineering threatens to bankrupt the entire enterprise. By late 2008, both SpaceX and Tesla reached the limits of their funding. Both companies were days away from closing their doors. Close friends urged him to liquidate what remained of his assets to protect his remaining wealth and his own well-being. Institutional investors also lost faith. They viewed the simultaneous crises as evidence that the 10x approach was too volatile for the market. From an outside perspective, the process of visionary engineering is indistinguishable from total failure until the exact moment it succeeds. The risk eventually paid off. SpaceX successfully reached orbit on its fourth launch attempt, proving its manufacturing model was viable and securing its future. As Tesla increased its production volume, every major global automaker responded by committing billions of dollars to their own electric vehicle platforms. These industrial shifts demonstrate that a single architect utilizing the 10x principle can force a change in the trajectory of global development. Most people choose the safety of solving today's problems with existing tools. The visionary accepts the danger of building tools that haven't been invented yet. Ordinary people solve the problems of the present. Those who embrace the 10x principle are the ones who author the future.